In news from Jamaica, the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Program implemented by the Jamaican government in some of its departments, funded by the Inter-American Development Bank (IDB), has been in operation since November 2011. The venture is geared at slashing the public sector's electricity bill. Project manager for the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Program in the Ministry of Science, Technology, Energy and Mining (STEM), Wayne Williams, says an assessment was done before the initiative was implemented. From that study, the government's electricity usage was pinpointed and a conservation strategy crafted to suit the needs of public sector entities.
We're able to see some of the larger users of electricity and how the program could be rolled out to get the maximum benefit from targeting those particular sectors. In doing so, the government was able to determine that the public sector was consuming something in the order of 400 gigawatts, kilowatt hours per year, 410 gigawatts, which is 410 million kilowatt hours. And they were able to determine the cost to the government based on that analysis. They were able to determine the types of investments that could be done to provide the best results and the cost of those investments. They also determined things like the rate of payback that could be accessed from those investments. In doing so, the government was able to design a program along with the assistance of the IDB to target not only the institutions themselves but also the employees, to bring them on board and to have them trained in energy conservation methods.
He explained some of the retrofitting that has been done so far during the conservation initiative. The agencies so far included are the Kingston Public Hospital and Victoria Jubilee Hospitals, Jamaica Information Service, Donald Sangster International Airport in St. James, the Office of the Prime Minister, Ministry of Finance, Edna Manley College and Greater Portmore Police Station. Mr. Williams continues to explain the benefits of the project.
Solar film and the cool roof retrofits started the program. We also went to tender for the air conditioning retrofits, and the IDB had a number of stipulations that had to be met for the contractors themselves, and so that limited the number of contractors that could apply to the program. Fortunately, Jamaica does have quite a few of those types of contractors, and we were able to select about 2 from the lot. And those sets of retrofits are continuing today. The solar control film, the majority of that was completed over a 10 to 12 month period. The cool roof was completed as well. There were some issues that had to be sorted out, once again, because that was a fairly new type of technology, a new type of service being provided.
The lessons learned from the Jamaican government's energy efficiency project are being shared with the wider public and private sectors.
A number of other companies, both in the public and private sector, have been contacting the ministry to learn what works, what doesn't work, what's the best approach for their institution, what they should not do, and so on, in implementing energy efficiency and conservation programs. And so we've been able to share some of those. We've actually gone to a number of meetings that we're having procurement being done, and share some of our thoughts with them. And we also have sent the information that we got, which is basically open to the public, to them to review, and we'll walk them through it to help them in determining what's the best approach to take in their particular energy efficiency programs. We actually have a public education campaign that we're now starting with the GIS, and that also involves not just public education but also going into various organizations and meeting with the staff, sharing with them some of the best practices, giving them some tips and so on.
Now, while only $20 million is being spent on the first phase of the energy efficiency project, the long-term plan is for $130 million to be expended, with a return of $30 million annually and energy savings of 25 to 30%.
You can almost consider it a part of the Vision 2030, in that the overall expenditure is expected to last about 20 years. The first phase, which is our phase, which was expected to last about 4 years, is about a fifth of the overall expenditure. So we are spending about $20 million, and the overall long-term implementation of the project is of much longer time span. Yes. So our $20 million US is going to be spent in this first phase. Of that 20 million, about 17 million is in hardware and hard impact. The rest of it is really operational and administrative and so on.
And what of other energy savings? We
are currently projecting to, at the end, be saving somewhere in the region of 175,000 barrels of oil for once the overall implementation, and we're talking about greenhouse gas emission savings of over 86,000 tons per year. We've projected that the national level, so the public sector, which now currently has a load of about 12% of the overall load of the country. If we can achieve our savings, we'll see an overall reduction of 3.1% on a national level.